Today, I'm
Yes,
going to be
let's get into
talking
it.
about Twitch, because while the likes of Mixer have obviously fell by the wayside, the big old war between YouTube and Twitch is raging. It's raging strong, but there's a difference. While
Okay, so what Baylor is saying, and I'm going to pause it right off the bat, it is a major war. Right now, as of today, YouTube has signed another 2 streamers onto the platform who were streaming on Twitch. So we gotta YouTube's making plays wherever they can to actually pull streamers away from Twitch's platform, which is pretty huge because these were very large streamers for Twitch, massive audiences.
While Amazon and Google are absolutely humongous companies, YouTube is a mature, well-monetized product that's been doing its thing for a long time.
Yeah.
Whereas
YouTube is much more consumer-friendly and user-friendly than Twitch is. Not only from a community standpoint, but also from a viewability standpoint. It's very easy to go back and catch up on a live stream, and also ads do not cannibalize live content as much.
Okay. So the reason why I'm not reacting to the original video is because Asmongold actually hits on a lot of good points, and I want to add on and take away from some of the points he is making. So that is the main reason why. And yes, I agree. As soon as YouTube buys Iron Mouse or those big streamers, it's going to be game over for sure. Or big Twitch stream. Yeah, VTuber Twitch streamers. Because HoloLive, Niji Sanji, all of them are already existing on YouTube.
Twitch seemingly are not making enough money, and it seems like that is beginning to make Twitch desperate, and it's causing them to make some fairly interesting moves. We're actually at a situation where, per Senpai Gaming, we actually have bidding wars happening between Twitch and YouTube, where YouTube are literally just more willing to pay money to acquire talent.
True. Now, the reason for that is 2 main things. Twitch is losing a lot of money as it is. Okay? 2 biggest streamers they had were, and we gotta say were, Ninja and Shroud. They went to Mixer. Mixer folded. And they came back. So what Twitch is banking on is a lot of these streamers will not like the platform that they're going to, and they're going to fold back to Twitch eventually, either today, tomorrow, next year, years down the road. That is what Twitch is banking on, and that's why Twitch is not spending the money that they used to for exclusivity.
YouTube has more money.
That's
too. Why.
Yes.
Like, Google and Amazon are both massive platforms, but YouTube and Twitch are very different sizes.
They very much so.
And it's like Amazon Game Studios, the guys that make New World, don't have the trillion-dollar resources that Amazon, as a shipping and, you know, manufacturing and you know, like a fucking they send you like underwear with a drone within 30 seconds of you thinking about ordering
that'd actually be pretty nice.
Those people that make the video games don't have access to the amount of resources, distribution, website, whatever you want to call it. So
YouTube
like,
does, though. YouTube has
Twitch
massive resources.
Is just, I think that Devin Nash said, and it might be a little bit different now, but whenever he told me, he said for every 1 user on Twitch, there are 200 users on YouTube. That's a lot.
Okay. Yes, he is correct, but no, he's not. So let's say there are 400 users on YouTube. Okay. For every 1 user on Twitch. We got a problem with that. Because On Twitch, there are 300 to 400 users watching live streams. Okay, and we have to make sure we split this up correctly. Live streams, because they are very much different than VODs. 300 to 400 users watching live streams on Twitch versus one user on YouTube. Because if you guys go to YouTube Gaming, you're going to see that there are so many people on Twitch versus very little people if you go to YouTube on YouTube. Now, YouTube has a massive advantage if you use it correctly, if you're a main live streamer on YouTube like myself, where I'll turn these VODs in, or these live streams into VODs, because believe it or not, I get an extra 200 to 300 views on these VODs after I'm done making them into their own video, which I fully intend to do with this video. So, haha.
A lot of fish. And so, big surprise, the people working at YouTube have got way more fucking money.
They have more money
Way
because
more.
they advertise properly.
But it goes beyond that.
And YouTube actually used to not be profitable.
That is
Whenever
true.
Google bought it, YouTube was not profitable for a considerable period of time. Now YouTube is actually profitable. I thought that wasn't true. And I looked it up on stream like 2 years ago.
I was there.
For like a
Twitch
decade,
are
yeah.
changing up their platform.
Yeah, look it up.
They're changing up their rules. So
But the only reason why YouTube became as profitable as they are today is because of Google ads. And that is the change that YouTube was willing to make, and that is why YouTube is profitable today. When ads first started coming out to YouTube, everybody hated it, just like Twitch. But Twitch is doing the same thing nowadays because they have to. They have to follow what YouTube did in the past.
Twitch clearly needs to earn more money, and that is not going to be good for either of us.
No, it won't.
Unlike this platform, Brilliance, today's sponsor, they're the best way to improve your prospects and to develop yourself, especially
okay, I said
in
I wouldn't skip
lucrative and
ads.
fascinating fields. It's all via their fantastic site and app, and the first 200 to click my link will get 20% off. Now,
It's like IQ
compared to
tests?
how I learned, say, computer science in university, their approach
I wonder if they have
is
VTubing
so
on here.
much more approachable. It's fun, it's interactive, and after I've been playing around with AI art tools recently, I realized that Brilliant's Introduction to Neural Networks course
YouTube really
is the
wanted to, they could
ideal way
devour
to
Twitch and
learn
buy it out.
how
They
it
could.
actually works.
But
And
competition
everything is done through
is
fun,
better.
interactive quizzes, focus
So I love what you said there, Angry Skeleton, but YouTube will make more money in the long run if they leave Twitch where it is. It quite honestly, they will. They honestly will, hand over fist. Because if they are able to fix the UI and the chat interface and just all the back end crap, oh my god, it's gonna be great.
just around interesting problems, stuff you can relate to. It is so refreshing.
I
and
agree with you,
I
Ez.
don't know
I
about
agree.
you, but I've got so many gaps in my knowledge.
I think that'd be good for kids, right? Because like a lot of times it's really hard to teach kids algebra and stuff like that because it becomes
I remember none of
theoretical.
algebra.
And so because people can't personalize it and conceptualize it, it's hard for them to deal and talk and maintain interest in something that's like an abstract idea versus something that has like a real world use.
I kind of feel like I've fallen off the wagon a bit, to be
But
honest.
it's not for kids.
Too busy to develop myself, and that's
Right.
something that I
That's my
regret.
opinion.
But Brilliant has got me learning things again.
This is
With their
brilliant.
approach. You don't just sponge in facts.
Yeah.
No, you actually have topics. Click. So if you're thinking about your career, well, I think they're the best way to get started in high-paying fields like artificial intelligence.
They aren't
computer
relevant
science,
to you because
rather
they
than a
don't
boring
have
old
an
textbook.
algorithm.
So
to
I love what they
properly
do.
show you the
and whether you
ads.
want to learn
So
for
they're just
yourself,
throwing
or
whatever they
perhaps
can at the
spark the
wall
journey
and
of a
hoping
younger
something will
mind,
stick to you.
You can visit brilliant.org/Bellular News today, and the first 200 to
That
click my
seems
link
interesting.
will get 20% off their annual subscription. So there you go,
not
Brilliant.
an
Honestly,
NFT
awesome
sponsor.
company on an awesome mission.
Pretty good.
Check them out down below. Let's get back to the news. So the
Yeah.
most new thing that's happened that actually
Okay.
does tie into very concerning leaks from a short while ago is that Twitch have actually dropped the exclusivity clause of their partner
Right. I
contract.
saw this. I didn't talk
That's quite
about this.
interesting.
And we went over this the other day. They didn't really drop their exclusivity. They only dropped it for platforms like TikTok, Instagram, mobile platforms that isn't a direct competitor to YouTube or to Twitch themselves. YouTube and Facebook gaming are still not allowed to happen. For partners, for whatever, they don't like that. YouTube has ads for banned in my country, which is something that never happens on Twitch. Yeah. Again, chat, what it is YouTube, they've had time, they built up the system to properly offer you guys ads. Twitch right now is in a desperate place to get whatever ads they can onto the platform and into people's eyes so they get money in their pockets.
Technically, that's a contract that I have violated because I'm actually a Twitch partner from many years ago, but we do our live show here on YouTube. So, funny enough, that's good for me. But what you're not allowed to do is simultaneously stream on Twitch and another web-based streaming platform.
So they got rid of the exclusivity clause.
You probably could,
and so like I could just go stream on YouTube whenever I was banned, theoretically. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know like what this is gonna do. I don't think anybody's really found a way to capture that. I think that also, like, the reality is that a lot of people do. So this used to be the case with Twitch contracts, and I think this was like pre-2017 or 2018, where Twitch contracts only covered exclusivity for gaming-centric content. So you were actually technically able to go and live stream on YouTube or another platform as long as
it wasn't gaming-centered. So there was a lot of people. So just so you guys know, back in the day, if you didn't have gaming on your Twitch channel, you were doing some sort of cooking or just chatting or whatever, Twitch actually got mad at you, gave you warnings and everything. Pokimane actually talked about this a while back, but her partner reached out to her, said, hey, you're not gaming. As such, you need to start gaming now. Twitch back then is way different than Twitch today. That is for sure.
You were not doing live stream only content, and it would technically not be a violation of the contract. Now, after that, because IRL popped off, Ice Poseidon, etc., they changed it to be all live stream content, period. Yep. So the reality is that a lot of people don't fucking do it. Like, they live stream on Twitch, they live stream on Instagram, they live stream on YouTube, they live stream on on Twitter. And all of these are violations of the rules.
So why are people doing that though? Why are Twitch partners getting away with it? More than likely, Twitch doesn't have enough staff to police it all, and they're relying on reports, massive amount of reports, for these people to get, you guys can't see my fingers, but air quotes, to get caught, right? And I don't think Twitch will ever have enough staff to actually police it all. Not only that, if they kill off these big streamers, the big streamers just go to another platform, and then Twitch loses out on a partial amount of the audience. 100% of the audience will not move to another platform. Less than 20%, 25% maybe, will move to the other platform. But the majority of the audience will actually stay on Twitch and just find another streamer to watch.
And TikTok, yeah, TikTok. Like, people do that all the time. And especially Instagram Live. I see a lot of people that are Twitch partners that use Instagram Live. I remember like Minx was doing it. I think Kai's done it. I would say Gideon's done it, but Gideon's not a Twitch partner anymore, which is, by the way, complete bullshit. Free Gideon. Twitch
was a very short run.
But either way, all I'm saying is that people were not honoring this anyway.
Like Facebook or, of course, YouTube, but there is an exception for TikTok and Instagram live streaming if people want to do that. So this is overall a fairly interesting situation, and it's got a few second-order effects. On the face of it, that's good. It's less restrictive. And that very much means that Twitch people who likely already have an established presence on YouTube because of...
Which all of you guys should have an established presence. I tell you guys time and time again, have a YouTube channel. But now you don't have to wait the 24 hours. You just post it up right away. Again, this is mostly for partners. Let's see when it happens for affiliates.
highlight channels or clip channels, they can start to dip their toes in YouTube if they want, and they can do so without massively alienating or without literally destroying
Why does he have
the
a face
revenue
that he
streams
took like
that
it's
they've
a major
already
fart just then?
created over on Twitch.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Asmon.
I also have
Of
got
course.
to wonder if by doing this, Twitch are going to try to perhaps stem that tide of the YouTube exclusivity stuff, right? Like maybe if creators think they can just dip over.
Well, it's
onto
like, look at somebody like Nadeshot, for example. Like, every time that Nadeshot streams on Twitch, Twitch loses money, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's the same with my channel. I think that the main people, my biggest hate watchers, are probably Twitch. Because they don't run ads on my channel. I don't get ads. So that means they just have to pay for server hosting for me to sit here and complain about their website.
Now, why does Asmongold not get ads? Why is Asmongold one of the creators that doesn't have to run ads? Very simple answer to that. Asmongold didn't sign the newest contract. And he's actually talked about this in live streams in the past, but he never signed underneath the newer partner contracts that say you have to run ads every 30 minutes for 4 hours. Exactly. He's in a grandfathered contract. And because he's in a grandfathered contract, he doesn't have to do anything like that. Where new Twitch partners have to do what's in the contract. They have to run it. They have to do things like that. So, and that's why he mentioned in the past he never took a deal from Twitch to exclusively stay on the platform. Not only that, he's not required to stream an X amount of hours per month or per week, which is honestly really smart because we're seeing a lot of streamer burnout because of that, aka Pokimane, if you guys haven't seen one of her newer videos.
They're literally paying money for me to just sit here and talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or do whatever. Yes, this costs them money. And that's obviously not a good thing. So if content creators realize or get to a point where they feel like not being a partner on Twitch and being able to have the freedom to do whatever they want is better for them, then they will do it. And if that happens, Twitch immediately loses all of its revenue stream.
Exactly.
the YouTube side, maybe that could like dampen down that talent acquisition space for a bit. It's also the case that if people are to wander over to YouTube but still keep their Twitch, well, that means that all those subs are still going to be bringing Twitch in money. But still, overall, you obviously...
Okay, not only would it bring, or not only would it keep subs active, but now that people can upload their VODs the same day, okay? Remember, when you guys have conflicting content, say if somebody uploaded your content before you, more than likely YouTube will not promote your content because it's already existing somewhere else on another YouTube channel. So now that you can upload your content the same day, you get more viewers or more subs on YouTube. Those subs like your content, then go check you out live. And that is like something huge. Now you have the ability to actually get people over without being punished for uploading your own content.
My understanding is that Twitch makes almost no money out of 70% split subs. My understanding from somebody who told me, I'm just going to say it, is that about 24% of the money that Twitch makes from subs automatically goes into payment fees and other sort of transaction fees.
True.
That's like 24% or something like that. Maybe it's somewhere around there. And like you would know this if you've done any sort of like online business. You know, you're going to have like a transaction fee for doing that, especially if it's validated through, you know, like MasterCard or Visa or something like that. It costs money.
Okay, so what Asmongold said there was actually very, very, very true. So 24%, Twitch has to pay someone else. But how much is Twitch Prime? And this is the one thing that a lot of people don't understand. So Twitch Prime, not for Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime. How much is Amazon Prime? So it's $99 a year, right? $99 a year. So let's do some basic math real quick, chat. 5 times 12. So one Twitch sub is worth $5. Times that by 12, assuming you do it every month, is $60. Amazon does come with 1 free sub a month, but you guys got to remember that 1 free sub isn't a free sub. Not for Amazon, not for Twitch. Right? 1 sub is worth $5 regardless. $2.50 is coming out of Twitch's pocket to pay the streamer. But, and Thorn just said it, sure. So they only have to pay $2.50, but they have to still pay AWS fees to Amazon. AWS is Amazon Web Services, right? And honestly, they're losing money on that because there are so many streamers streaming to less than 5 viewers that aren't even, what was it? 85% of streamers on Twitch are not even affiliated. 85%? That's nuts, right? So $2.50 coming out of Twitch's pocket to pay per streamer. They got to pay the AWS fees to Amazon. Not only that, they got to pay taxes to the IRS, right? And then 85% of streamers on the, or, oh, sorry, 89. Okay. I apologize. 89% of streamers on Twitch aren't affiliate. 89% of people is costing Twitch money. So, yeah. I'm sorry to say, Twitch is losing massively on these subs, on these quote-unquote free subs that they got to pay you for. But remember what I just said here, chat. Remember this. I want you guys to remember exactly what I say here, because there's going to be a hot moment that's going to click in all your heads later on in this video. And I'm hoping that most of you will actually get that click. Later on, you'll all catch it. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
Stream both
Like
at the same time.
yes.
So while a streamer could move over and start streaming
Fees
on
are
YouTube
insane,
some
yeah.
days, Twitch and other days, it really doesn't make that much sense. So it's a bit of a bizarre thing. What it will do, I think, is
That's why
make
they're
more
pushing
people
ads.
feel like they can move off Twitch. And I think they've opened themselves up to something that's going to be dangerous for them in the long run here. And that is that it seems things are only going to get worse on Twitch insofar as their business goes, right?
Okay.
And if things
I think that Twitch really needs to get rid of the idea. Like, I think that it should not be possible to run more than a minute worth of ads.
I disagree.
Like,
I 100%
why
disagree
is
with
it-
you.
Like, so if 3 minutes of ads,
Right.
why not let me run 20?
Okay. 3 minutes of ads is very comparable to when we were watching TV shows back in the day before Netflix even existed. 3 minutes of ads was actually very common to see throughout a TV show. That's the reason why Twitch picked that number. The problem is The big problem is on Twitch, it's a live streaming platform. Streamers have not been able to form themselves around the ad breaks. So imagine if streamers were able to stop what they were doing for 3 minutes at a time, or ran some sort of who's that Pokemon segment for a few minutes while those ads are running for the majority of people. It's not a problem. But the problem is a lot of streamers, even if the ads are running, just keep going about their day. And not only that, the bigger problem is Twitch doesn't even let the streamer know when the ads are running, for the most part. I've never once saw, when you guys are on my Twitch streams, that the ads were running unless you guys told me in chat, oh my god, ads. But I think ads are very necessary. I think they got to stop doing the big ads, and they got to start doing bumper ads.
Well, I mean, at that point, just let me run 20 minutes of ads. And then whenever that 20 minutes is over, I'll do it again. Yeah, I mean, why not? 3 minutes? Are you kidding me? How many TikToks can you watch in 3 minutes? You don't have to pay anything for that. It's insane.
3 TikToks.
Like, and streamers get paid a lot of money for these ads, right? They do. I do. And so that's how I know. But
by the way, I believe Amaranth talked about it. She makes roughly $1 million worth of ads per month. Something to think about there.
Like, fuck, man, it's just not it's not a good viewer experience.
And she fully admitted that on stream.
The moment that you start, if you are not improving the end user experience, that's where the money really comes from. That's where you
heard that
grow.
right, Enchanted.
It doesn't really matter. Like, if there are streamers on the platform, like, yeah, there can be a bunch of big streamers on a platform, but if the platform sucks, people aren't going to use it. Look at Mixer.
On a Devin Nash live stream.
Look at YouTube for the longest time.
Video.
So you need to have the experience be good for the end user. That's what matters more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think making people watch 3 minutes of ads makes the experience better. But I think it's so lucrative, and it's also required in a lot of partner contracts if they have custom contracts. And like, of course, I mean, the people, like, you know, these are people getting paid. You know, custom contracts pay out a tremendous amount of money, like 7 figures sometimes, right, for bigger streamers. So it's not like they're not going to run the ads. But it creates a bad experience for the viewer. And it gives YouTube, ultimately, like, what does this really come down to, right? It gives YouTube a massive competitive advantage over Twitch. They say, hey, come over here, and you don't have to watch as many ads. There's a better video player. Like, it just makes YouTube better.
Going to get worse, and the barrier to switching platform has reduced. There's a high chance that's going to erode Twitch's streamer base, or make new people think that they can just start streaming in YouTube, and that is going to be a better place to do it. And one of the reasons why this is all quite scary for some people is the leaks. So these leaks came out. They're very interesting. And
what are they? One
part of what was leaked was no more exclusivity. The other parts are a new tier system.
Okay.
The tier 7 fans are coming. Oh my god.
So the tier system that they're doing is very similar to YouTube. I can have 5 different tiers on mine. You guys will probably only see 3, but I can have 5. I could arrange them from $1, something very cheap, very affordable for most of you, all the way up to $1,000 if I chose to do so. So literally, I could have 5 different tiers. Yeah, basically like Patreon. But they're going from the 70% to 50%. Huh. I wonder what else they're doing.
Tier 3 meme is going to go away because now we're going to go all the way up to tier 5. What is Wrath of the Lich King coming out? Or is it only going to be Burning Crusade? Please, let's go all the way up to tier 10. That'll be great. Yeah, let's try to maximally capitalize on... in my opinion, I think that tier 3 is more than enough.
It is.
Tier 3 is more than enough. I think that, like, once people are paying, like, theoretically, if you have like a $50 sub, let's just think this out.
Okay.
Tier, you know, like a $50 sub or a $100 sub.
Right.
I think that creates a really weird relationship between like the broadcaster and the
viewer.
people
Absolutely.
paying that money.
Yep.
I find that to be that's a weird situation waiting to happen. Am I crazy?
I agree with them.
I feel like that's a weird situation of
The higher you spend on a streamer, the more you expect from that streamer. Also creates more of a parasocial relationship with said streamer.
for the people doing it, it's weird for it's like if you gift subs, like I feel like it's different because it's like a one-time thing, but this is like a recurring payment structure.
Yeah.
It's I think it's too much.
New revenue split and incentives for more ads. Now,
Again, they pay out the ass for ads. Ads, you make great money with ads on Twitch. That's why everybody runs them.
But you make a lot more money on YouTube if you run, or if you have a VOD up with ads on it, or if you cut up your VOD. So just like how Asmongold's editor did for this exact video, he'll make way more money on ads on this video than he would have on the live stream making ads, running ads. And that is just an actual fact.
But the problem is that most people, and especially most streamers, don't think long term. Like, I was thinking about this the other day.
Okay.
Whenever I first started getting 20 and 30,000 viewers, almost everybody else that was around there is completely different than what we have now.
True.
Like back then, it was like Tim, Doc, Soda,
Shroud.
XQC was coming up, and I guess XQC and Soda are still around, right?
Ludwig
But,
didn't exist
many
yet.
other people are not around. Like whenever you think about the top like 50 most popular streamers in 2018,
Pokemon was a new streamer, less
most
than
of
1,000
them are
viewers.
probably not on that list now. There's a lot of them, and I think that Twitch streamers probably don't think long term enough.
They don't.
incentives we've seen, the new revenue split is the major thing we've got to talk about, and obviously the exclusivity we've seen as well. Now,
I want you guys to really think about that revenue split though. 70 to 30. Keep that in your mind, because that's going to be relevant later.
that rev change is really, really rough. There are actually plenty of Twitch creators that are on a 50-50 contract, but changing that from 70-30 to 50-50, I think is clearly a situation where Twitch are willing to lose.
They have pulled back, it seems to me, they have pulled back the amount of creators that have a 70-30 split tremendously over the years.
Users.
And that's a lot, right? Like imagine you have 1,000 subs.
Right.
So $2.50, so that's $2,500 versus $3,500.
Massive
That's
difference.
$1,000.
Massive difference.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
But think that they will actually, at the end, come out on top financially. I think that would be a very short-term kind of decision that overall would just obliterate them in the marketplace, because YouTube, for all member-related things, is 70-30, right?
It is.
50-50, 70-30. Which one would you choose?
It's a good point.
I think anyone in their right mind would choose 70-30.
Okay. Now, we talked about the 70-30, right? He's mentioned it. But there's something else Twitch has announced lately, which is going to be a massive impact on affiliates and Twitch partners going forward. Mostly affiliates, though. This is going to be the big one on affiliates. And this is going to be my... what's the word I want to say? Tinfoil hat. Okay? $50 minimum payout threshold. As far as I know, as of today, Sweden and the Nordic countries have been added to this, but there's a $50 minimum payout threshold. Stick with me on this one, chat. Please. Please. So, We're going to a 70% to a 50% ad split. I'm going to call it now, okay? They lowered the payout to 50. Mark my words. Tinfoil hat moment. But I got a feeling Twitch is going to do this. Because this makes this and this make way more sense. And for Twitch to make more money, they're going to lower how much a streamer gets per sub by 50%. So instead of $2.50, it's going to be $1.25 per sub. I am willing to bet. I'm willing to bet my 3D avatar that it's going to happen next year by summer. What's the payout threshold for YouTube? It's $100. But I think this is why they lowered it. And I think this is why they're pushing it on majority of partners. And this is why they are pushing ads to streamers all over the platform. That is why I think this is happening. So, tinfoil hat. That's my prediction. That is 100% my prediction. And I'm thinking, yeah, Ninja's going to make a lot of money with tips. I think tipping will have to be the way we all go. That's the only way streamers will make money at the end of the day, until Twitch bans it and makes you do it through their website, which I guarantee is going to happen as well. Because they already experimented with it. A lot of you guys don't know this, but Twitch has experimented where they have a tipping system built into the website. It was a very limited run. There was a massive backlash with it. Massive, but I think it's a feature they're going to roll out.
Yes, but YouTube, it's harder to... I don't know about this now because I haven't watched a lot of YouTube streams, but I feel like you probably get a lot more subs and a lot more donations and a lot more bits and stuff like that on Twitch.
You do.
I feel like that's the case, but I'm not going to quantify and say, yes, this is 100% true.
He is 100% correct. As a small... Okay, and I got to quantify this. As a small streamer, you will make... As a small streamer on YouTube, your potential to make money is actually higher on YouTube if you're willing to not only stream, but make content on your YouTube channel. So not just relying on streams, you will have to put in extra work, but you have great potential to make way more money. Actually, you have that potential to do that as a larger streamer as well. But tipping and donating isn't something that's very common here on YouTube, where it's very common on Twitch.
I feel like that's the case.
Actually, Harris Heller said that he misses out on what, like almost 10 grand a month on when he switched over from Twitch to YouTube, right? When I switched over from Twitch to YouTube, most of my revenue that I make on this YouTube channel does not come from tips or donations or anything like that. Most of it comes from ads, right? A good 85% plus of my revenue is ads, period. And those are ads that I have on my videos.
So I think that this is another thing that's going to be pretty damn bad.
Doc has said as much.
As Twitch is caught in a cycle where they have to more deeply monetize a smaller amount of people, well, that's only going to get worse. And I feel like there's a chance it could spiral. Now, YouTube by no means is at its inflection point as a game streaming platform. But what about 2 or 3 years' time? I mean, YouTube certainly has significantly less stream-related drama than Twitch does.
Okay, so somebody's mentioned teachers make less. I wonder if most people will move to YouTube. No, a lot of people won't move to YouTube because YouTube has stricter guidelines to get monetized. 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. And I'm sorry to say, chat, majority of you guys, if you don't start today, will not get 1,000 subscribers in the next few years unless you're making some sort of content. And that's why I'm pushing you guys every stream to make content on YouTube. I'm literally saying it for a reason.
And to dive a little bit more deeply into this, we've got to talk about how much streamers earn. So this is posted by Zach Busey, who works just a hell of a lot of what he does is within the streamer space.
We've watched
so
his
the
stuff
first half
before.
of 2022 had 15 million channels go live at least once. 11.1% were affiliates. Only 0.03% were partners.
I wish that if he was doing this research, that he would have a certain control.
What's the
for
control?
like, because there are a lot of bot accounts and stuff like that, and different weird stuff. I wish that he had done that. And
I disagree with him. There is a lot of bot accounts for chat that I can agree with. There's a lot of chat bots for sure. But if we go to Twitch real quick, there is very little, and I want to say way less than 0.5% of Twitch that actually is like bot streams, right? For the most part, the streamers that you see are actually streaming, and if they aren't, then you really don't know. You can't really tell. But the majority of the bots on Twitch are chat bots.
Cut out all of the channels that never went over 2 viewers. Because I think that
No,
is
you can't do that.
Very low percentage.
You can't do that.
But it is offset by a tremendous amount of zero.
Over 60% of streams on YouTube are actually at 0 viewers. Or not on YouTube, on Twitch.
Viewer channels that are not even actual channels. It's like somebody accidentally went live or something like that. These are not, there's not 15 million authentic people trying to become streamers.
Right.
Now, if you include only affiliates and partners, if you had an average of 6+ viewers, you're in the top 21% of streamers.
That's crazy.
An average of 26+ viewers makes you top 5%, and if you have 250+ viewers, you are in the top 1%.
Isn't
That's
that
crazy.
crazy? That the top 1% is only 250 viewers.
Yep. That's insane.
Should be done with median values, not averages. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying before, is that I feel like this is...
Now, back in my day, chat, I'm going to sound really old for saying this, but in 2019, when I streamed Rainbow Six Siege, I had 17 to 18 average concurrent viewers. That, at that time, was the top 1% of Twitch. Because of COVID, there's so many people that flocked to Twitch and blew up Twitch. Now it's 21%. That's nuts.
I just think that there are a lot of
and that's
goose eggs
only
here,
counting
a lot of
partners and
zeros
affiliates.
that are dragging this average down substantially, and they are not authentic numbers for like an authentic view of how many people are actually trying to stream. So like this is a good chart. It's the most useful thing that we have, but I do think that it has its own limitations.
Right? The top 1% is 250+ viewers.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Now, think about all of this.
Okay.
And then
Think about that whenever you're telling somebody who has like 3,000 viewers and they normally get 4,000 viewers that their channel's dead. Huh?
change to
That's
a
a common thing on
split.
Twitch.
I mean, obviously, we can look at where they're getting their money from. Any 70-30 contracts are not going to be good for Twitch, so they will obviously want to change that, and per those leaks, we at least know this is something that has been discussed internally at the company.
Yeah.
And if you think about Twitch, or just a lot of what we do in general, you think about notable examples, well, you've got to remember the survivorship bias. It's massively impactful here. So Twitch was hacked in 2021. You may remember this. And a whole bunch of creator payout data got leaked.
Right.
It was quite something. And many people were, of course, earning many millions, but this is what was pointed out. I believe this is from Washington Post analysis at the time, where they, well, collated some of what people in the know said. 25% of the top 10...
I was number 14, and I took most of the time off.
Twitch leaks.
Like, I can't believe I've been nominated for Streamer of the Year. If I win, I'm going to go up and be like, yeah, guys, I've done dozens of streams.
Okay. So, before Asmongold goes on that tangent, I want to show you guys something. So, this is the full list of the Twitch payouts, Twitch leaks, that they that he was referring to in the video. So, Asmongold, as he said, was number 14. Let's scroll down a little bit until we see where we can't even make a minimum. Oh, it doesn't even show it only shows the top 100. Crap. I want to see all of them. Give me a second. Twitch leaks payout. There's so many sites only showing the top 100. Sadly. Let's see. I think when Harris did it, it was something around the lines of, like, you scroll down to number 50 and they were barely able to, like, pay rent. Which was absolutely nuts. Oh, here we go. I found a website that has it. Perfect. Okay. Let's drive my point home a little bit, shall we? So, Critical Role at that time was the top one. Let's drop that. We click Show More. So, top 200 people, over 600,000. We go down a little bit more. 380. So far, there's only 1,000 people that are making over 200 grand a year. Let's keep going a little bit, though. What's the median? I think it's what, like $50,000 a year or something. Something like that. 40 to 50. 45 grand. Okay, so let's scroll down a little bit until we hit 45 grand, shall we? Hopefully it won't be too much longer. We'll be there in a minute. You want to make at least 50K a year? Okay, so let's say 50K a year. Okay. Let's say 50K a year. Right here. Okay. 4,400 people on Twitch is making more than 50K a year. Let that number sink in, chat. 4,400 people. Out of millions. Only 4,400 people made enough to live. Pay for food. Depending which state you live in, which county, all that fun stuff. Only 4,400. something to consider and think about.
Streams this year. Probably about 3 or 4 dozen. I'm really glad to be here.
1,000 highest paid Twitch streamers don't make minimum wage. And based on I collated some of what people in the know said. 25% of the top 10,000 highest paid Twitch streamers don't make minimum wage. And based on the handful of months in 2021, 25% may underestimate the actual figure.
So that means that only about 7,000 to 8,000 people actually know this is not true, because the amount
4,400. Remember that.
This is only taking into consideration the amount of money that somebody is making through Twitch directly. Because if they're only evaluating Twitch's metrics, they're not taking into consideration something like Patreon, something like donations are, for most small streamers, donations are where most of their money comes from.
He is right.
But
a lot of small streamers see it as taboo, and they shouldn't be asking for subs and donations. Not a lot. There are. I can't say a lot, but there is a good number of them that think it's not okay for them to ask for that kind of thing.
So, sponsors, things like that. So I would say the amount of people that are actually making a living on Twitch, probably closer to actually 20,000, maybe. I don't know though, because those are also people that might also have other sources of income as well.
Out of millions, chat.
If you take what the 8,000th streamer on the list made since 2019, it's $29,396. Divide that by 2, you get basically $14,700.
Sorry, yes, that list was 2 years worth of revenue. Sorry, I apologize. I was wrong on that one. So not even 4,400 was the proper number of that list. That was 2 years worth of data. 2 years worth of data. So in 2 years, that's all they made was 50 grand, which is still not a lot to live off in a lot of countries or even states.
Which is below the annual minimum wage of $15,000, and that itself may even be a charitable estimate. So you can see,
a year.
You know, you're 8,000th in the world. You would think that really would mean you've climbed to the...
Yeah, $20K a year sucks big fat donkey dicks. But I think, again, a lot of those people are probably making closer to 40 or 50, and some of them could be over 100. Like, I see, like, some girls, like, they have, like, 200 viewers and, like, 75 subs.
Yep.
But they're having donations, and they're getting, like, $3,000, $5,000 donations.
That is true.
So I think that there are a lot, and, like, whenever you think of, like, that is another extreme.
They're getting a lot of donations, but we also don't see the amount of chargebacks that they possibly might get.
Circumstance. But whenever you think of the entire spectrum of extreme circumstances in total, I think that's closer to 20,000 people, probably maybe 30. Somewhere around there.
Top of the hill? No. So obviously, Twitch are making a hell of a lot of money from a relatively small number of streamers playing ads and getting subs.
Yep.
So any changes in the deal will be pretty important there.
Well, it's also like...
Stream Elements will not prevent chargebacks. Stream Elements only adds you to a list that flags potential chargebacks. It does not... Stream Elements does not protect you from chargebacks. They just add you to a list of repeat offenders. That's it.
A lot of the viewership on Twitch is centered around the highest channels.
It was,
like here. I'll do a very easy comparison.
Look at all of his tabs. What the fuck?
Let's go ahead and just look at. I'm just gonna close my eyes and click a channel. Let's see, right about here, whichever one's closest to here. Destiny 2. So let's look at Destiny 2.
How does he have so many tabs?
1.8K. So if you add up all of these people right here, just like this front page. This is going to be a tremendous amount of people, and I think probably also the amount of people is there are a lot of like 30 and 40 viewer streamers, but for the majority of the different sections, I think actually this one's a bad example because there's not like one like really big streamer, but for a lot of sections, most of the streams and most of the viewers come from like the top 20 streams. It's very top heavy on Twitch.
Advertising is, of course, massive for these platforms. Indeed, it is the main way that YouTube monetizes itself. Often YouTube have tried to do other things, and they haven't really worked out that well. But the thing for YouTube is, well, they're Google. Google is an advertisement company, ultimately.
Okay. Google makes money on ads, right? Let's say YouTube. A lot of you guys don't know this, but they make money on ads. What else does YouTube make money on? A lot of you guys don't know this, but the merch tab now exists. With the merch tab, YouTube gets a cut. Right? Donations / tips, which they should be called. Right? You can now do that. Subs or what they call memberships, because subs is used as something else. Right? / gifted memberships. Right? Exactly. YouTube Premium, which is $10 a month. Well, at least Canadian money it is. It's $9.99. Right? Which they make more money on selling to you than they would on ads. So they have a lot of ways to earn revenue where Twitch really doesn't. They got ads. That's all they really have is just ads. Because they don't get a cut out of your merch drops or your merch sales, right? They get a cut out of your bits, but they don't get a cut out of your tips, right? A lot of people spend a lot of money on tips, Well, they're not getting all that. They're not getting their cut where YouTube is. And a lot of, I think Ludwig mentioned on the Trash Taste podcast that 60% of his subs were Twitch Primes.
When you think about where its revenue goes, and between AdSense, AdWords,
Google AdSense is the best algorithm in the entire world.
Agreed.
It just is. It is the premier algorithm in the entire world.
They have got, well, at this stage, actually, pretty much decades of experience in the ads market. It is what they are extremely good at. Ads are massive for Twitch. And if you're a viewer of Twitch streams like me, you probably get frustrated at ads all the time.
Yes.
Well, now it's time to talk about the new ad system that Twitch have implemented. They announced they're moving to a 55% split for ads, which is actually on par with YouTube in terms of what they pay us for adverts. But the thing is, they've implemented this in a peculiar way as basically a cash reward for almost doing a bounty. They're overtly withholding creator money, basically saying, jump through our hoops, bitch. That's essentially what they're doing.
Okay, before Asmongold says anything, and I like that facial expression he has, Twitch does not tell you how much those ads sell for, right? They tell you you are just getting 55%. That's it. That's all they tell you. That's all they will tell you. That's all they're going to tell you. But YouTube is transparent. YouTube does tell you how much you made. We call that CPM or RPM. CPM, RPM is two different categories, but RPM is what you actually make. CPM is with their cut included on top. But they tell you daily how much you made in ads that day. Where Twitch will not do that, nor will they ever tell you how much the ads were worth that particular day on your videos.
What they're doing also is they're creating a expectation. They're creating a culture around running ads.
Yeah.
Because whenever only one person runs ads, it's very easy to say, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But whenever everybody is running ads, there's nowhere else you can go.
Yeah.
So if you create a culture where running 3 minutes of ads an hour is normalized, then many more people would be willing to do it.
Mark my words, 2 years from now, nobody's going to bat an eye about the ads. They're not going to care. It's going to be a part of the culture. Because there's going to be so many new people that come to the platform, they're not going to realize that Twitch never not had ads.
So there's a larger goal with this in mind.
Doing, right? So, just so you're aware, on YouTube, if I publish a video or do a live stream,
yeah, YouTube
will give my cut of the amount of money that has been generated from my video. I get 55%,
yes.
They get 45%.
Yes.
No matter what, that's how it works. No ifs, no ands, no buts, no asterisks.
Very true.
On Twitch, though, it's very different. And on Twitch, I think I may be realizing one of the ways that they are trying to offer exclusivity,
changing the
maybe
culture.
make people feel a bit safer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but trying to implement systems that tie people down. So this is the ad.
It's like a battle pass.
Basically is.
Bro,
yes.
they're putting a battle pass on Twitch. Am I wrong?
No.
Holy fuck.
You're right.
Incentive program, right? You will basically get an incentive if you meet some thresholds. So run 2 minutes of ads per hour, stream 40 hours this month, and this is Twitch's example, you'll get $100. 3 minutes.
Who's speaking, myself or Asmongold?
Of ads, $300. 4 minutes of ads, 40 hours streamed in the month, $500.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely fucking massive. You realize this is more money than most streamers have ever seen? Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It's a tremendous amount of money. Bro.
Now, this number is not the same for every Twitch streamer. There are Twitch streamers that have very little viewers that will get maybe $50, but instead of 40 hours this month as their first thing here, it'll be like 80 hours.
If I was a small streamer, I would be like, listen, guys, hey, we're gonna run some ads for like 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll be back. And it's like, hey, listen, it is what it is. I mean, guess it's free money, boys. We're gonna do it.
I mean, hey, you could look at that and say, okay, that's pretty sweet. If you don't think too hard about it, and you don't think...
Yeah, the viewers go from 50 to 10. They don't, though.
That's true.
That's what I was saying about changing the culture. Is that if you are the only person on the platform that runs 3 minutes of ads an hour, you have a massive competitive disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
But if everybody else is doing it, then that advantage doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. He's 100% right.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's why YouTube has ads all over the place and nobody blinks an eye. Nobody really cares. He's 100% right.
I leave. Well, nobody cares about you. People care about the number as a whole. So I think viewers get into this power fantasy of like, oh, we're all going to leave if there's any ads. I have the numbers.
He's not wrong.
There's a reason why people run ads. It's because it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
About what they're actually doing. Now, here is...
Sadly, a lot of viewers just got used to seeing the ads. A lot of viewers, for example, Lewis Lutz, instead of him seeing ads on Twitch when I'm live streaming, he'll be like, okay, screw it. You know what? I'll subscribe. Twitch will make more money off that subscription, generally, sometimes, depending on my viewer to sub ratio. But honestly, like, it'll just force him to sub at the end of the day, which is nutty. But that's what they're doing. They're forcing people to sub, and the people that don't sub, they just sit there and wait.
An example I found from just somebody who was sharing their own data, as you can see there. 1 minute of ads per hour, stream 113 hours this month, $761. That doubles for 2 minutes, and it's $2,038 incentive for running 3 minutes of ads per hour for 113 hours this month.
That is ridiculous. That is a huge amount, man.
Making $2,000 for 3 minutes of ads for 113 hours this month. Can somebody do the math for me real quick as we watch this? How many, 113 hours, how many days is that you have to stream? If you streamed, let's say 6 hours a day.
Wait, elaborate? So I will elaborate a little bit. Basically, while running ads might reduce your viewership by like I think running ads constantly reduces your viewership by a maximum of around 10%. And oftentimes it's something less than that, because one other
18
factor
to 19
is
days?
that running
So
ads
it's
removes
basically a full-time job.
pre-rolls. And pre-rolls, completely wrong. No. See, this isn't an opinion. This is data. Like, this is not my...
So that's well within a full-time job. That's literally well within a full-time job, plus whatever donations you get and all that stuff. That's crazy.
It's not my opinion about this. I didn't just randomly come up with this number. There's a reason why I was number 14 on the earnings report for Twitch, okay? I fucking know what I'm talking about. So listen. Yes, there are a lot of people that might leave, but there are also a lot of people who bounce off a stream.
Yep.
At the moment that they see an ad. So if you take a...
They'll bounce off the stream. Once they see an ad, they'll be shown another ad on another stream, and they'll just end up coming back to you anyway. Full time for $2K a month, but you got to remember, they're not just making $2K. That's $2K just off the ads. You guys aren't realizing things like donations or tipping, which I should say, and subscribers, so on and so forth. So realistically, this number could be either double or even triple. Double or even triple, and I'm not even like saying merch or whatever stuff yet. Tax, depending on your taxes where you are in the world, if you're somewhere in like Sweden, your tax what, like 50-60%? I don't know. I think I'd take that deal.
Way pre-rolls. Whenever you like balance that out between people leaving because there's an ad and people leaving as soon as they see an ad whenever they open the
This is
stream,
what's coming to
and
you guys, by the way. Pre-tax,
it
obviously.
pretty much balances itself out. And whenever it doesn't, it's no more than 10%.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? The only time I leave is whenever the high ad volume compared to the stream. Yeah, but a lot of people don't do that. Like, I understand that people think this, but I've run ads. Like, so for example, look, I'll show you guys. So this is my, that's what we're watching, right? This is what we're watching. And
okay.
So right next to it, this is my button. And right there on my main channel is like the button to run ads. It's like right there. You guys can see that? I can click on this. I have accidentally clicked the ad button before.
Yep.
I don't do it on purpose. I don't run ads during my stream. I just don't do that. I can't run ads on this channel. Like there's no, it says edit stream, clip that, raid channel, manage goals. There's no ads. I can't run an ad. So I've accidentally clicked the button.
Accidentally.
It never lowered my
air
viewership.
quotes.
Yeah, it never lowered my viewership. So there you go. And I would, yeah. Oh, really? No. Yes, really. Like, Twitch would not push that many ads if it was actually hurting them that
Tips,
much. You
good,
understand?
Donations, charity. Exactly.
They would not
you
do
guys
it.
are learning.
Because the ads is toilet break? Yeah, exactly. And what would you recommend? 130 minutes per hour? I have no idea. It makes more of a difference for small streamers. I think you could make an inverse argument for that.
Let's hear it.
I think it really depends on a person, but what I'm saying is that from my experience, from what I have seen from my own personal data, from what I have observed from other people's data, from what other people have shown me from their data, everything has reflected that running and spamming ads only reduces viewership by a maximum of about 10%. And
Okay, so what Asmongold's saying is correct. You only lose roughly 10%, but people were mentioning small streamers. Let's say small streamers is less than 100 viewers. It's actually less than that. I think it's more than that, less than 500 viewers. But what you guys got to think about, less than 100 viewers, run 3 minutes of ads once an hour, and let's say you're doing a 4-hour stream. All you guys really need to is once an hour say, hey chat, going to run ads. And this is where like a lot of people are going to probably push back, especially in the comments of this video. That's probably going to be a future YouTube video. I don't know yet. But hey chat, going to run ads. Go get some water. And take a pee break. If we had small streamers normalize that right off the bat, especially in their community, if you get your community used to something like that, they will be more than understanding. They'll tell you to run ads. They'll look, instead of spam hydrate, they'll just spam ad. Honestly, they will. So you have to just tell them, hey, things are going to happen. Yeah, now these ads are automated. These are automated ads, but you can, if you know that you're starting the stream at 0.00 and you have them running for every hour, you know at the top of the hour, especially if you start at like say 5 o'clock p.m., you know at the top of the hour at 6, there's going to be an ad running. Or if somebody says ad, or you have your stream up, then you can see that there's a little icon that pops up if you have the stream up, or somebody mentioned there's a notification that there's a countdown timer. You're going to be like, okay, guys, ads are going to come in 10 seconds. Go for a quick pee break. I'll pause the game. There's a lot of people that play competitive games. You can't really do that. I get that. But like a good vast amount of you can easily just pause the game, walk away, or stop what you're doing. Or go hide in a bush if it's a first-person shooter.
Doing it sparingly with like only 3 minutes an hour.
God, we're only halfway.
It doesn't really have any impact at all. And this is what the data shows. This isn't like my opinion on the topic. This is not, something that I think or believe. This is what the data represents.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 113 hours is quite a lot. And
That's bullshit. I know people are mad that I'm saying this. And they're mad because it makes them realize that they don't have any fucking power. They think that if they leave, everybody else is going to leave, and then they're the only one that left. Doesn't it suck whenever the numbers disagree with your opinion? Doesn't it fucking suck?
Also, chat, you know what you guys can do? You can run 3 minutes of ads right at the beginning of your stream, and nobody will get ads in the first hour. So anybody new coming to your stream will not get ads when they first show up. So quite literally, run ads as soon as your stream starts. Right before, or even at the starting soon screen that some of you guys have, run the ad right then and there. Nobody's going to be there anyway. You're starting soon for the majority of you that have less than like 5 viewers. Run it right in the beginning. Nobody's going to see it. The next 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the length of ads that you ran, there's no ads for anybody new showing up to your stream.
I've had it happen to me too. Yeah, it fucking sucks, man. It's like you can feel so strongly about something, and the numbers just don't fucking reflect your opinion.
If you are going to try to actually do a really interesting, engaging stream, you're going to have time out doing research. Time out even working on your stream, like literally working on your stream.
I have that a lot, actually. Like before my stream, I look up ahead of time what YouTube videos I'm going to watch.
Same.
Make it better for your viewers.
Well, sort of.
Maybe some sponsor stuff, some business. You've got to handle your tax. You've got to do all the other things. Believe me, I thought it would basically be easy, be paid to play video games before I got stuck into this whole shindig. Let me tell you, it ain't that easy.
I thought making a video a week would be like the simplest thing to do. An hour of my day, 2 hours tops, I'd be done. My video's up, money comes in. It's not like that. It's not like that at all.
But what's really bad here, let's just say this individual did run 3 minutes of ads.
It's easy to play video games. It's hard to actually be entertaining at the same time. That's where the real challenge is. Anybody can turn on a camera and turn on a stream, but it's making the stream entertaining. Getting people to actually show up is the problem. That's the hard part.
He said it. That's true. Very true.
Hours. Well, if they did that for less, then, you know, less hours.
I wish I could see what this person's
incentive.
viewership was.
The thing is, that incentive is the 55.
Am I wrong, though, about it being like a battle pass? That's so fucking funny to me. Oh,
yeah, putting on a show is extremely the hard part. And this is kind of where I'm going to go in on Friday's stream. Because there are a lot of people that hit the go live button. They don't try to be entertaining. They don't even try to be themselves. They become very introverted. They don't say anything. And they just sit there and they just play video games.
Oh my God.
45 split. That incentive is money that they have earned. And Twitch is saying, unless you jump through this hoop, we're not going to give you this cut of the revenue that you have generated. That would be like YouTube saying, hey, we want you to generate maybe 200,000 watch hours this month. And if you do, we will give you this amount of money.
I can see Belluar's perspective on this being kind of predatory or compulsory or some sort of negative manipulation. But I think that if you could argue that, I think, with a lot of performance bonuses with work. Like, how many of you guys have performance bonuses at work?
Okay, I know where Asmongold's going to go with this, but I'm going to actually throw in another thing that a lot of people don't think about. The only reason why Twitch is forcing us to do things like this, or not really forcing, but adding these battle pass incentives for us to run these ads, is because nobody was running the ads. Before they did this, before this even existed, nobody would hit ads, ever. They would avoid them like the plague. They have to give you some sort of incentive for you to want to do it. That is the only reason why these battle pass ads exist, because nobody did it. Nobody would willingly do it.
Like if you sell a certain amount of like cars, or you do a certain amount of tickets, you process a certain amount of tickets. Yeah, like these are just this is effectively a performance bonus.
Yeah,
I view it as a performance bonus.
It is a performance bonus.
Or ultimately, that would be YouTube withholding
Something
revenue that we're earned. So
yeah,
it's bizarre. There are examples from high-profile streamers of this really paying. There are also examples of these being frankly ludicrous.
Yeah.
But for me, the overall point is that this just feels like they are really, they're just, like you get a damn
They have to do it, though. They don't have a choice.
Really tight.
Because nobody would run the ads any other way.
But of course, that's not all. We've also, I think, got to talk a little bit about some of the desperation that's happened with Twitch.
Yeah.
At least this is a funny story, right? So they started offering a thing called a boost, where you could basically give the person you're watching 10,000 impressions.
So what he's mentioning is the very limited run Twitch recommended system, where you can pay Twitch an X fee, right? Yeah, Twitch Boost. That's what it was called. Twitch Boost. And you would show up in the recommended area for like a single impression. I switched from just pre-rolled to recommended for a month. Ad revenue went from $2 to $34. Really? That's interesting. Okay, that's a good number. Good job, dude. Wow.
would basically just mean
This didn't happen.
throw us
I'm
some
pretty
money
sure.
and
It did happen.
we will give this person a little sponsored spot or a featured spot on a more visible area of Twitch, and that maybe will generate some viewership for
Yeah,
them.
this
So
never went
they were
anywhere.
basically saying, hey, we have a discoverability problem and we are going to try to sell you the solution.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
Again,
right.
This is like I like how Belluer.
20 viewers, good job, dude.
You've already been making this video for 5 years. All you had to do is change Blizzard to Twitch, and you've got a new video.
Basically.
Rather than working on discoverability in order to make their platform overall more healthy and successful.
Which I will argue to say, there is nothing Twitch can do at this particular point in their life with how this platform is made for it to be more discoverable. Sorry to say, but the people that really complain about discoverability are the people at the very bottom from 0 to 10 viewers. They're the main ones that complain about discoverability, where everybody else at the top are making YouTube channels, knowing, and YouTube content, knowing that content off platform is what actually brings the viewers.
Again, if you look at YouTube, one thing that YouTube does extremely well is discoverability.
It does.
I've been doing this for almost a
I think
decade.
that on the
Know how the
on the
algorithm-
grand spectrum of things, I think that I would go with discoverability. TikTok,
Yep.
Twitter,
Yep.
Instagram, YouTube.
No. YouTube is like right below TikTok. If not, like they share the same thing. TikTok is crazy OP for new VTubers and new streamers here. YouTube is like close second, then Twitter, because Twitter is just absolute cancer. So Asmongold's 100% wrong on that.
Personally, from my experience.
Works across multiple niches, multiple channels. The discoverability is basically the foundation of so many people's
Yeah.
careers, and it just does not exist in that same way over on Twitch. Which partially is fair enough, because I think there are reasons why it's inherently a bit harder within the streamer space.
One thing that Asmongold doesn't realize is like the amount of time and effort that you got to put into Twitter to actually get engagement and build up an audience. You know what? Actually, YouTube is harder, but it reaps more benefits because a tweet will stay around for a day or two, where your YouTube video will actually be promoted for weeks and months on end. And sometimes even years down the road, your videos will be recommended to some random person. I've been recommended random cat videos that are 10 years old.
Now, this boost thing ended up falling by the wayside because
It did.
people quickly realized, hang on a second, what if a channel streams some porn and then we all boost that channel, then Twitch
Which
will
happened.
have porn on their front page.
That happened. That did actually happen. Yeah, tweets get buried on Twitter all the time. Yeah, my Luppet video, my very first Luppet video still gets promoted today. My very first VC Face video still gets promoted today. Those are 2 years old.
Yeah, that happened. It was pretty damn hilarious, and Twitch stopped the program. But then they did launch another experiment called Boost Trains. Basically it's like a new sub-train thing that will give enhanced visibility. I think it's significantly better, but again, it is Twitch trying to monetize some of the discoverability issue.
Hype
And
train.
I'll cover the number later, but about 70% of discoverability is from sources external to Twitch. Suffice to say,
My best advice. Somebody's like, how should I get started streaming on Twitch? I'm like, all right, go to YouTube.
I need to clip this. I gotta clip this for Friday's combo.
But wait, I want to be on Twitch. I'm like, yeah, I know. Go to YouTube.
Ah,
on
there
YouTube,
it is.
it is not like that whatsoever. The next thing, then...
Well, the reason why is because Twitch is a zero-sum environment.
It is.
If you are watching me right now, you're probably not watching somebody else. Whereas
True.
on YouTube, whenever I finish this video, I'm going to watch another video after that.
Exactly.
So if two streams are on,
and if you set up your page properly and you have it set up correctly on the right hand side, I'm going to see your videos on my recommended on the right hand side or at the end screen, which means I'll binge more of your videos Where Twitch, as soon as your stream goes offline, you're either offline or you're rating somebody that is 100% unrelated.
On at the same time, they will pull viewership from each other in a way that YouTube videos do not do.
Is staff leaving the company, right? So key departures that have happened recently enough include their CEO, their COO, their CCO, their head of creator development, who you may recognize,
Jesus
DJ Weed. I remember watching his StarCraft podcasts, well, literally a decade ago.
So, top guy, second to top, third to top, fourth to top.
And
we call that a
what
sinking
he
ship.
Said afterward. We went down the Silicon Valley route, hiring from Facebook, from Twitter. Many new employees had little understanding of gaming or live streaming and were unwilling to learn what this community was, why it was special.
So they hire people from Facebook and Twitter that have no idea what the culture is on the website, what the website is, nor do they want to.
I can really respect DJ Weed, because remember those fucking changes came out and about the hot tub stuff?
God.
He went on his stream and argued with the community about it for an entire week. This guy understood Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he understood it. Now, whether he was wrong or right doesn't matter, but he was willing to get down in the trenches and fight for it.
Customer was the content creator.
Funny. Yeah, it was great.
If you're not passionate about the product, you're not really looking at it from the customer's lens.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
And so you don't have the same level of empathy. That's
True.
what somebody else said. And that, I think, overall encapsulates a lot of what has really frustrated Twitch creators, where they feel like they're not being taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They feel...
It's like whenever Saikuno, they spelled his name wrong in the emails. Like, the person at Twitch didn't even really know who he was. They spelled his name wrong. Sakuno.
Hey,
yeah,
Doma.
Sakuno.
Or Dama.
more
Doma?
of a pinch
Dama?
from Twitch. And I think it's becoming obvious to a lot of people. I mean, I think Twitch, was it 2.3 billion in revenue they had in one of the more recent years, where I think YouTube, it was like well over 100 billion, right? So YouTube is just earning so much more money.
Yes.
And I think it's a situation where YouTube is more...
But you can't make that comparison. You can't. Because you got to compare the live stream, so YouTube gaming live versus Twitch live. You got to compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges.
important to Google than Twitch is to Amazon. I mean, look at Amazon's other efforts within the gaming sphere. Like, yeah, New World exploded, and there is the Lost Ark that kind of exploded for a bit. Does have a lot of drama now. Before that, you just had an extensive graveyard of games and years and years of development time just flushed down the toilet. But hey, I will at least say, Twitch Prime, now that is pretty damn good. And I think this is where we've got to talk a little bit about the competition. A little bit, I suppose, about my...
Twitch Prime, like, didn't XQC say, like, the amount of subs that he had with Twitch Prime was, like, 70%?
Sweet Jesus. 70% of XQC subs is Twitch Prime? If we roll back to the conversation we had earlier, up here, wow, Twitch is losing money.
It was something like that, right? Twitch Prime is huge. Yeah, it was something crazy. Like, for me, I don't remember, like, what my percentage is. I'd have to go and look it up. But, like, it's probably over 50. So
that's a lot.
If you go to YouTube and you get the exact same amount of support,
you're
still making, with the ads and everything like that put together, 30% less money just because of Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime is fucking huge.
My own personal decision making, because ultimately it's not just me sitting down and thinking, do I want to stream in this platform or that program?
Yours is about 58%. No, the external platforms do not have accurate sub counts. They're off by about, like, sometimes over 5,000. Yeah, they are tremendously off. I would not trust any external platform.
Even for YouTube
that
revenue.
platform. Right? Like, we have employees. I have to sit down and I have to think, what's the best overall thing so that I'm being responsible in leading this team of people. So, the big streaming war.
Okay.
The first one. I think it's obvious that Twitch is not making enough money for its parent company.
They
and
are.
that directionally...
I have a feeling that there will never be a time where they are making enough money for Jeff Bezos.
Now, that being said, Twitch will have to amp up their ads. They're going to have to allow... You guys don't know this. But you, me, and everybody else can run an ad on YouTube, no problem, no questions asked. Quite literally. Any of you in chat right now could go run an ad on YouTube. On Twitch, every ad has to be approved by someone, and they have a minimum threshold on how much is required to be spent before they run an ad on their platform. If they do something similar to YouTube, where anybody and everybody can just like promote their Twitch channels or YouTube channels or whatever the hell they want, then I honestly think Twitch could make some serious bank and revenue.
Seems to mean that things can only go one way for creators and viewers, and that way is worse. I would expect more advertisements. As an example,
I hope we'd
look
get
at
them.
the ads that, like, literally this incentive program. For a lot of people, like 3 minutes of ads an hour feels pretty big. The thing is, though, this is based on past behavior, right? So here's another one: 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I have seen creators show their version of this, where it's even more minutes of ads per hour.
Yes.
I believe I've seen it was either 6 or 8. I mean, 8 minutes? Wow.
I don't think they sent me this email.
Why haven't Twitch done that already, though? Because they don't have the infrastructure to do it yet. Right? You got to remember, 10 years ago, Twitch was just like 10 people in a room. Right? We're talking like, it wasn't that big that long ago. It really wasn't. So they barely have the infrastructure, the experience, or the staff to like innovate like YouTube, where YouTube is in literally every country. Google pumped in a lot of money into YouTube and made it what it is today.
Let me see if they.
Amazon's not doing that for
I'll
Twitch.
tell you guys what my numbers are. I didn't get one. Yeah, I didn't get one, guys. Just can you fucking believe that? Can you fucking believe it? Wow. I don't get my battle pass.
And it's not actually... It's even worse than you think it is. Because this isn't creator ran ads where the creator hits a button, right? Maybe they say, okay, I'm going to go...
Nope, 100%
get a cup of
automated.
tea, I'll hit the ad button. Thanks for your support. I'll be back in a
Easy.
minute. No.
No.
This is only for auto-played ads.
Yes.
And the other
Wait,
thing...
what? Auto-played ads? Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you want auto-played ads? Who is that good for? Also, like, that's stupid for Twitch. Because what
It's
if
smart for
somebody
Twitch.
just barely is under the amount of ad density and you can pocket all the extra money?
That's why they're doing it.
If you autoplay the ads, you guarantee that you're going to have to pay them out.
Okay, I see where he's coming from.
This is
I don't
stupid.
disagree.
Yeah, you should always put it on them.
But if you put it on the person, then that means that they could just fire up a live stream to nobody and just run ads all night. That's why they want autoplay ads. Because if they left it up to the person would just dedicate a day or a few days and they would just spam ads nonstop.
And that way, if they don't break the next threshold, you keep all the extra money. What are they thinking?
Of course, Twitch loves to hit you with the big unskippable. Now look,
Yeah,
I've
that
used
one I hate.
YouTube on a TV, not on my premium account, and yeah, the ads can be pretty frustrating.
It's a
But
cop.
more
It's
often
usually
than
the same
not,
ads over and over
you
and
can
over.
skip them in 5 seconds, and then the ad's done with, and you're back
Oh, on YouTube, yes. YouTube has a very fair and good ad structure.
to the content. On Twitch, doesn't really work like that. Twitch gives you far more of those lovely 30-second unskippables. I mean, how many times have you went to Twitch and basically seen the same advert for Audible, another Amazon product, again and again and again and again, to the point where you just want to Alt F4 your browser and do something else? So I think all of us, we're just going to feel the pinch more and more and more. And overall, it is a worse advertisement experience. There's also things that are important to the baseline health of the platform. Now, YouTube by no means is a saint when it comes to copyright stuff. I think you should check out Business Casual's insane situation.
I think their copyright's way better.
Well, it's an insane situation.
I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch that off stream. I watched the Upper Echelon Gamers video regarding that.
I'm not going to watch it off stream.
Business Casual DM'd me. He's like, yo, can you watch my original video?
I always get ads for IKEA. Like, yeah, I'm Swedish.
Which is like, that's fair. That's
Poor Annie.
fair. And so I'm going to watch his whole video. It's just long. It's like a 2-hour video, so I'm not going to watch it on stream. And I'll give you guys my my opinion on it afterwards.
Please do.
Broadly, though, is that because YouTube almost got sued into oblivion a long time ago, they've invested a lot of money in the likes of Content ID.
They have very,
as a creator,
they have very extensive and extremely, you say liberal or conservative based on like which perspective you have, very aggressive ad and like, or sorry, copyright
ads for Kia?
Detection software on YouTube. It's very simple what it is.
So YouTube has a very strong ad detection system where Twitch doesn't really have one, right? And there's been so many times where I've streamed like music that is clearly should be DMCA'd and they don't care, right? We had a lot of top streamers on Twitch stream anime. Twitch didn't care. What Twitch said to those companies is saying, hey, if you see your content on our platform, report it to us. The report is onus is on you. Where YouTube does it preemptively. They don't want to deal with it afterwards, so they deal with it in the beginning.
You see it on stringent. Yeah, you could say that. It's like, you know, you guys ever have like a song come on the radio and you're like, what's that song? And you just, you know, put out like SoundHound or like, you know, one of these other things that detects songs and you just do that. Well, YouTube has that. Shazam, Shazam, something like that.
It'd be quite frustrating if, you know, you put one swear word in the first 30 seconds of a video and then it gets demonetized. Or, I don't know, like in this channel, if we include Grand Theft Auto trailer footage, that often will get copyright claimed.
Right.
But our content gets claimed. We're told so before we've pushed the content live, giving us an opportunity to amend the problem, put the video back up. While it is friction, while it is frustrating, it, generally speaking,
you don't have a single issue, really. Okay.
It is the best solution given the current state of the laws.
Is a pretty damn reliable system.
Yeah, the swearing in the first 30 seconds, they got rid of that because there was backlash on that one as well, yes.
It does its job.
Yo, Boomy.
And broadly, while there are potential abuses that we're all aware of, it does keep people safe enough. And mostly the rules are fair, even though there are notable examples of severe bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over in Twitch, though, I mean, do you remember the DMCA music debacle?
Yes.
I mean, wow, what would have happened if the likes of, say...
And if you guys need copyright-free, DMCA-free music, make sure you check out Senpai's Lo-Fi, link in the description of this video. Or live stream.
Riot Games didn't come in and just offer everybody their, you know, stream-safe music.
That's why it's there.
That's just another example of Twitch knowing that there's been a looming problem that's going to hit loads of their creators and not doing anything proper to...
So what their solution was Twitch Music or Twitch I can't remember the name of it, but they made their own music service where you can use their music, and legit it sucked.
Deal with the issue. Okay, it's 2022. This is a bit less of a drama now, but it was quite an important thing 2021 and earlier on this year.
Yeah, the
There's
bot's
also
not working very well.
which I've talked about before. Discoverability in YouTube basically just means whenever you post some content, as long as you can get enough initial follow.
Oh, also, my music is integrated into Twitch, so you will not be flagged if you use my music on Twitch. Not many people can say they have that.
For the algorithm to understand what sort of viewer would enjoy that
Thank you,
content.
Murdoch.
Generally does actually do a pretty damn good job of driving views to that content. A lot of people will say, oh, my content doesn't go out to my subs. Often that's actually not really the case. There are a few exceptions, of course.
Guys, I think I'm shadow banned. Bro, you're not shadow banned. Your content sucks. That's why, yeah. It's not a shadow ban. No, people just aren't watching because the video's bad.
Twitch music.
I've had this happen. Sucks. You know, like, that's what it is. And so, yeah, you're right. Obviously, like, there are cases where it does happen.
And that reflects the content too, where a lot of people are like, oh well, Twitch hates me, blah 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 blah. I see this from VTubers all the time, where they're like, Twitch hates me, blah blah blah. I get no views. I'm always at the bottom. And then out of curiosity, when I'm at work, I'll click on their little stream, I'll watch a VOD, and it's just them sitting the entire time, dead quiet, not saying a word, or their mic sounds like it's been at the bottom of a toilet on the Titanic, and it just sounds like shit. Like, it just sounds horrible.
Like, people do get shadow banned. Like, look at the algorithm on Twitch versus YouTube. On YouTube, it's based off of your search criteria, how many other people are using the search criteria that you were using to find a video, the amount of time that people on average spend watching the video that is being shown on the screen, the like-dislike ratio of that video, the amount of like ads that video has in it. And so like you have this massive matrix of huge different data.
Like to dislike ratio, that doesn't actually matter nowadays because YouTube sees dislikes just as good as likes.
Points that they put together to decide which one is on your screen at that given time. On Twitch, does number big? Yes. Then show.
Yes.
I mean, okay. That's about it.
Very often, it's actually the fact that most of your subscribers as a YouTuber don't use a subscription feed.
True.
The vast majority of YouTube traffic is driven via what's next, via recommended, via the homepage. Where, just like it's a fruit machine in the casino, you refresh the homepage, you go cha-chink, and you hope that some interesting pictures appear in front of you.
I do that all the time.
To watch. That is unfortunately how it works, but it does actually work pretty damn good.
And the more people that you are subscribed to on YouTube, the more content you'll see. So for example, let's say for example, Annie is only subscribed to me. Annie will see a lot of my content and some content that she may be interested in. But say Vesa is subscribed to me and subscribed to 100 other people. Vesa will get some content that they might be interested in, but they're going to get stuff from me and from the 100 other people. And depending which Vesa watches more, if she watches me more, then Vesa will get more of my content on their homepage. Or if they watch somebody else more, they'll get more of that person on their homepage.
This bonus,
can get people a lot of discoverability in such a way that really just does not happen on Twitch, such that you're looking at around 30% of creators being discovered on Twitch, while the other 70% is coming from the likes of Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, etc. There's then also the issue of synergy.
I really feel like I never hear anything from Emmett Shear about Twitch. I feel like it's almost like he doesn't know that he owns Twitch. Like sometimes,
CEO,
like
by the way,
you know,
chat.
people will have to remind. He's like, he's
Of
not
Twitch.
sure. He's like, oh, right, yes. Oh, fuck. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah. So,
Also, fun fact: Emmett Shear took off that he is the owner of Twitch on his Twitter bio. It used to exist. He took it down. So he doesn't even acknowledge on his own Twitter that he is even affiliated with Twitch in any way, shape, or form.
fuck. Okay, all right. So that's
Something
the
to think
live
about.
Streaming one. All right, and
If the
for video
CEO
games,
doesn't
right?
even
Yeah,
want to be a
okay,
part of
all
it,
right. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, all right. So here we are. Okay, just like, fuck.
And I think this is somewhere where Twitch
we should
have
talk
done
about the
really
platform
well
more.
by being a niche, and they've dominated the live streaming gaming sector. But now that we've got the likes of Tim the Tatman, we've got Dr. Disrespect, and a lot of other major names.
Floozy, Lily Pichu, Valkyrie, Nick Merckx. We got so many massive content creators coming over this way. Now, the problem is YouTube has to pay these creators to come this way. But YouTube is paying these creators saying, hey, you're going to make this much money, but you're going to be streaming less hours so you can have a life outside of streaming, which is way more appealing for these content creators. So it's even better for YouTube and these creators. The real big one, though, is if large creators come over willingly. Right now, YouTube has to pay the large creators to come over. If they start coming over willingly, Twitch is in huge trouble.
Ludwig, of course. One thing that many are beginning to see is the power of synergy. Here's a really good
it's also like the other
YouTube
big thing is like I wouldn't even use any of them as an example. The best example that I would show of the power of YouTube streaming is speed. Because speed is not somebody like, for example, like Tim grew his audience on Twitch and YouTube, primarily on Twitch. Doc grew his audience primarily on on Twitch. And then also like maybe a little bit on Twitter and also on YouTube too, but Twitch is a huge factor. Ludwig also came up on YouTube and Twitch kind of at the same time.
I think Asmongold's very wrong on this. What Asmongold doesn't realize, or maybe he does, and I don't know if he considered this when he was stating this, but, and this is something that we're going to talk about on Friday's stream as well, Twitch has a massive thing called clippers, and these clippers have YouTube channels. There is a lot of these content creators that don't really upload content on their own channel, but there are people that will spam the crap out of their content all over YouTube for them. They have a dedicated fan base of clippers that will just make videos, edit videos, upload the videos, and even make a little bit of revenue off these videos at the same time promoting Asmongold. Fun fact, how I found Asmongold years and years and years and years and years ago was from a clipper on YouTube.
But a lot of that was on Twitch, like with the subathon, etc. A lot of his content was from his live streams.
And Ludwig
too.
Even admits
and
YouTube was the reason why he grew.
But Speed came up to him. He got banned on Twitch, right? But before that, he came up pretty much on YouTube. Just on YouTube. And I think that is a success story that has shown the power of YouTube streaming much more so than Doc, Tim, or even Ludwig.
Example, via YouTube memberships, you can essentially run what most people would consider to be a Patreon. You can run that on YouTube. Now, you do have to take the 70-30 split, which to some people will sting.
So, C+ Hero, what Observer Andrea is saying is actually factually correct. So for people that don't have as good internet, YouTube is a way better platform. So there are countries that aren't very well developed internet-wise, and YouTube has servers all over the world that will actually serve those people a lot better. And they could stream at lower bit rates. Where on Twitch does not have servers all over the world for people to view the content. And unless you're an affiliate that has over X amount of viewers, or you're part of the affiliate program or whatever it is, sometimes you can't even change the bit rate of your streams to a lower or even higher bit rate. So if you guys go to like people on Twitch that have zero or that aren't even affiliated, you'll notice that you can't change the bit rate, which means it's bad for people that live in third world countries. That's why Facebook is huge, and that's why YouTube is huge in a lot of countries, even third world countries. And even if you guys check out Facebook, for example, you check it out, and a lot of their streamers are mobile streamers on Facebook. There's a huge reason for that. Huge.
But that will allow you to do early access content, audience polls, just lots of different audience rewards. So there's a strong synergy between live streamed content, between shorts, and between your regular VOD YouTube content. Now,
Agreed.
there are some issues.
Yeah, they're thinking about the entire ecosystem of content creation and keeping people engaged in content longer.
Yeah.
Whereas Twitch only thinks about it in one aspect, which is
live streaming.
Yeah.
100% agree with you, buddy.
Fuck shorts? Why? I mean,
Shorts are
nice.
amazing.
I watch shorts on YouTube pretty regularly.
I binge shorts.
What's wrong with shorts?
At work.
One of the people who's been an absolute champion for us in this scene is Ludwig, who has even had direct communications with Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube. And
he's had Susan on his podcast.
Not like he went on her podcast or he went to her.
I love how, like, anytime that something bad happens on YouTube, everybody is like, we have to tell Ludwig and Ludwig will fix it. Like, everybody was like, whenever, you know, Gideon had his thing, everyone's like, man, we've got to get, because, like, they just assume that, like, him and Susan, like, they're fucking tight, right? And, like, so all he has to do is send a text to Susan, and he's like, yeah, so, like, this Ackman shit's crazy, huh? And she's like, oh, okay, all right, we'll ban Quantum. Like, that's it. Like, yeah, he's, like, the guy.
Office. She actually went to his podcast.
Yeah. Climbed up
a
ladder.
That YouTube is working on better ways to distinguish content on their platform. So you basically don't have live streams, shorts, and regular YouTube content.
Now, this already exists in the back end for us creators, where we can see a breakdown in the back of how well our regular videos are doing, how well our shorts are doing, how well our live streams are doing. So the fact that we have that in the back end means it's going to be coming to the front end sooner than later.
Kind of crowding each other in the same space. Now, of course, YouTube does have its downsides, right?
Yes.
You can get a thing that I sort of call notification cannibalization, where, let's just say, you want to release a video the same day that you live stream. Well, if you release that video while you're streaming, it'll get no initial momentum because people are watching your live stream.
Right.
Yes.
And sometimes it can just...
Ludwig, again, does this the best way. Like, Ludwig is a ruthless businessman in this regard. What he does is, at the end of his stream, am I right about this? He's like, guys, I've got a video coming out. Everybody go watch this fucking video. Watch the premiere. That fucking, like, boosts the shit out of the video and that algorithm. And then the video gets promoted to fucking everybody.
Ludwig also does another thing. Sometimes he'll publish the video first, and then at the end of the video, he'll be like, boys, I'm going to be live streaming after this. Go check me out. I've seen that on a couple of his videos. So he'll actually do both ways for engagement, which is honestly really smart.
Like, I was thinking, like, man, I should stream on YouTube just so I can get a better fucking, like, a better way to do that with my videos. That's smart.
He should. Too many notifications and it all gets a bit messy. And then, of course, there is that very crowded experience of people's content where sometimes to know that a YouTuber you like is streaming, you almost have to just go to YouTube and if they are streaming, hope that their thing gets presented to you. That's something YouTube
That's why you got to hit the notification bell.
Even though...
My opinion is that I think the entire content creator page on YouTube should be completely redesigned.
Yep.
Completely fucking redesigned. I think it's trash. It is so antiquated. It's from like...
I think YouTube, the first top 2 rows should be things that you're interested in. Down here should be the people that you're sub to. Not shorts, but things that you're sub to. And then shorts, and then so on and so forth.
2011 or something like that. Fix it, make it better entirely.
Yeah, I agree.
In other ways, the discoverability is good. As an example, if I was live streaming and you were to watch one of our Warcraft videos, my icon would be red, indicating I'm currently live, and that would allow you to hop immediately to my live.
So let's take a look at that. So, VTuber Senpai. Hey, I show up in Google search or YouTube search, right? If I pull up a random video, well, damn it doesn't work. Maybe that's a limited rollout. Shows up here, though, but doesn't show up at the bottom. So I guess that's just not a thing that always happens.
Stream. So the likes of that are actually quite powerful. another problem with YouTube, in a way, and it's not necessarily their fault, but it's culture. Twitch culture, I think, is the greatest asset that Twitch have.
Exactly.
I think
agree.
it's also the worst asset too.
I
Because
agree.
Twitch culture is very. So I'll talk about 2 different ways that Twitch culture is bad.
Twitch culture, I'm gonna say it now. Twitch culture, they're ride or die for their streamer. If somebody attacks their streamer, they'll go to war for him. YouTube, not so much. Let's see if he says that.
You know, everybody knows I'm not a big fan of Twitch culture in general, but one of the reasons why it's bad is because it is inherently very gatekeepy. It's like you have to know so many memes and you have
That's
to
true.
have so much information to
Papega.
be part of the community on Twitch that it becomes hard to get into. And I think that for an average person, that becomes a problem.
Yep,
Also, I
I
think that
agree.
it becomes very weird. Like, for example, whenever I collaborate with somebody that has a much smaller audience on Twitch, people are like, oh, he's looking for viewers, right? Oh, he's, you know, like, oh, it's another leech. It's something like that. But whenever I do something like that on YouTube, everybody is like, fuck yeah, man. Thanks for showing us this guy. This guy's great. I love his content. Like, I started watching him because of you. I've been watching him for months now. Like,
Just so you guys know, this is Asmongold. He is a smaller YouTuber, so if you guys, you know, like his content, make sure you type in Asmongold and give him a subscribe.
people are just so much more positive about collaborations on YouTube. Like, just infinitely more positive.
It's very
Make,
true.
yeah, a lot of money from ads, but
My collabs with Sapphire, right? People loved it on YouTube. Some people liked it on Twitch, but not. There was a couple of DMs I got that people were just very not so nice about it.
also from subs, from bits, all that stuff.
Leech
So
thing,
the
I
whole
hate the leech
gifted
thing,
subs
I hate it.
as a cultural thing, it exists far more profoundly on Twitch than it does over on YouTube, where, yes, YouTube does not convert as highly into revenue as Twitch does.
Yeah.
Almost entirely down to the cultural differences in the platform.
C plus Hero, make sure you just raise your hand as high as you can so you can catch it. Because that one went right over your head. It's a joke, dude. I was just joking.
Also, some specific things. As an example, YouTube's implementation of gifted memberships is quite simply not as good as Twitch's implementation of gifted subs. So,
Yeah, YouTube has a lot of, in terms of like UI usability and community features.
Yes.
YouTube
Is way better for that.
They've got to work harder. They've got to try harder. It's not that good.
YouTube does have a lot of things to fix. But overall, I look at the innovations you could say that YouTube are doing, and a lot of that
No
is them
worries,
playing
C plus.
catch-up
No
to
worries,
Twitch.
buddy.
Yeah.
A lot of that is them adding new features. As an example, you can show your merchandise under a YouTube video.
It's lit.
There's
Yep.
quite a few things
Show it
like
right
that.
here.
Generally, it's more features for creators to support ultimately what a lot of creators are, which is small businesses.
Yep.
Which is that's very good too, because also like buying merchandise and stuff like that is you know, like we watched the video yesterday about
So, before he goes on a tangent, the YouTube merch store allows you to buy merch right here all the way through. So you can pick out what you want, you could pay for it without even leaving the window. Where if you go to Twitch, for example, you go to a random person, you scroll down, you want to click on their merch, it'll bring you to a completely different website. Completely different website. And then you have to do the transactions through that website. Where YouTube, it's all contained within the site itself.
how the influencer bubble is going to burst, etc. And I think that one way that a lot of content creators should try to monetize is by selling directly to their audience.
Yes.
One thing or another. Find something that people find value in that you can create and then sell that to people. It's just
What's some things, and this is some homework for you guys for tonight. What's some things that you guys could sell to your audience that they could use? Other than a t-shirt, other than a mug, is there anything else that you could sell to your audience? So if you're somebody that makes Gundams, maybe a custom Gundam kit with scissors or sandpaper or whatever. If you're somebody that does Star Stable, maybe you could sell horse brushes, I don't know, maybe a gaming mouse, something that's not what everybody else does, something that stands out.
Simple idea, but it's hard to implement. A lot of people do it very simply by merch. Stay Safe does it with gum.
Most of that stuff is good for YouTube as well, right? They'll make their cut. But I think it's becoming obvious that YouTube is a more mature and figured out product that basically has its revenue model sorted.
Well, YouTube has the problem of making a better UI. Twitch has the problem of getting of fucking the amount of money and user base that YouTube has. It's like, yeah, YouTube has everything else.
The only thing YouTube needs to do, quite literally, is copy and paste what's on Twitch. Change some wordings, but copy and paste.
It's like, what do you think's harder? You know, attracting a massive audience of billions of people?
Yeah, that could work, Starlight.
Or making a UI?
There are some things, like, say, YouTube Shorts. They do not earn as much money as YouTube videos because they operate on a creator fund basis where, let's just say, YouTube says they have $300 million and they will divide that up between shorts based on watch time.
TikTok doesn't make money either, really.
And it turns out that that gets sliced up to the point where the CPMs are pretty awful. So that's one example of those being rough. But even TikTok actually has seen the amount of money that it makes per view absolutely plummet in the last little while because, quite simply, that pie of money is being sliced up thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner.
It's a recession economy, right?
I don't think it's a recession economy. One thing we got to acknowledge and really, yes, there is like a recession, but we also got to be truthful about the fact of COVID, right? That's been a thing, right? The virus has been a thing. And as such, a lot of people have been working a lot less and been doing streaming and TikToks a lot more. And that's why that pool is kind of being more divided, is because people have more time to make content.
And we're leading into that. And so, like, that amount of money will go down.
But yeah, he's not wrong. The recession will have something to do with that as well.
Watch time as that platform grows. So overall, then, I try to think about what directionally makes the most sense. And to me, it did end up being YouTube. Now, one reason there is because most of my audience is on YouTube, because I was a YouTuber first. But the thing is, if you say want to make it on Twitch, man, I'd recommend having a YouTube presence first, or anything like that. Because going from 0 to the top 1%, so maybe to 250 plus views, whatever.
It's really hard to do. And I got lucky. I mean, it wasn't really lucky in that way because, like, I made my own YouTube channel. But I had an advantage over people that were starting. Like, my first stream that I ever did had 250 viewers.
Wow.
The first stream I ever did.
First stream.
And, like, by, like, the third stream, I had, like, 1,000. So it was, like, very, very, very fast.
How did you do that?
But I also had a YouTube channel at that point.
Preach it! Preach!
My YouTube channel had, like, 10,000 subs or something.
Balding Jesus said it. He started with a YouTube channel.
Like that. So yeah, and like, yeah, he did YouTube for years. Yeah, I did YouTube for about 2 years before I started streaming at all.
Oh.
However, that is so unlikely if you are just sitting there on Twitch
you're one of the first
doing
streamers?
the grind.
No,
perhaps even
not.
doing the 60 hours a month for a tiny ad incentive grind. Just ain't worth it. Gotta think about other ways to grow yourself and get yourself known faster. Basically, it's the snowball rolling down the hill metaphor. You need to build enough of a snowball to then roll down, if you know what I mean.
Yes, 100%.
It's very good advice.
Overall, then, if I was to
sort of preach it every stream,
a thesis on things. Twitch has an obvious problem. YouTube has obvious problems.
Yes.
YouTube absolutely must give a premium membership, right? So if somebody has YouTube Premium, they should get a free membership each month, just like
Twitch
Prime.
Okay.
Yeah.
They should definitely do that.
That would be nice.
If
I think that's harder to do.
I don't think so.
Because, like, YouTube Premium costs less money, and also it's not, there are less things that you get out of YouTube Premium.
You get free backup storage for your pick. No, wait. No, that's Amazon. What do you get with YouTube Premium? No ads, which is a huge thing in itself. You get YouTube Music. As my family says, you don't want to put your eggs in one basket. I agree and disagree with that one, Cloudy. Right? I've talked about this last stream. I agree with the eggs. Don't put your eggs into one basket if you have a full basket already. Right? What do I mean by that? There's a lot of content creators that will try to make a YouTube channel, run a YouTube channel, start a Twitch channel, run the Twitch channel, start the Twitter, run the Twitter, right? You're better off starting when you first start on one platform and focus on that one platform. I honestly, if I had to do this all over again, Sapphire and Raylas and I talked about this many times. If we had to start all over again with the knowledge that we have today, we would start 100% on YouTube only. Right? Start 100% on YouTube only. And then after a certain point, then start streaming or switch to, or instead of streaming, maybe switch to Twitter, right? And then stream, right? Spread out your eggs once you have an established audience and some growth. But don't be one of those people that try to do it all right off the bat, because I will promise you will fail. And I'm talking from experience, because I was somebody that thought the exact same way about don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I got absolutely nowhere for a very long time. If I just put all my eggs into YouTube in the very beginning, I'd be so much further off right now. I really would. So as you guys grow, spread out your eggs. But if you have no eggs to spread out, just put them in the one basket until you can afford to put them into a new basket. Yeah, the content types too. A lot of people stream too much random crap. Yeah, exactly. Start off with one game, spread it out. How many content creators do you guys know? Have you guys seen that that stream multiple games and grow? There aren't that many. A lot of people grow from streaming one game exclusively.
Like Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime provides like such a tremendous amount of benefits that people have, where YouTube does not have that. So it's very hard for YouTube to compete against Twitch Prime unless they go into the red. Well, unless they lose money.
Hosting was useless.
YouTube Premium.
I'm sorry to say, hosting was a useless feature on Twitch anyway. I'm glad they're getting rid of it, because if somebody went to your and people don't think about this. Nobody ever really does, right? So if I type in VTuber Senpai YT, your Twitch channel should be showing your content.
Best things in summer.
At the end of the day, not somebody else. If somebody clicks on your Twitch channel, they should be seeing, honestly, like, there's no reason why Twitch can't play your most recent stream right here. That's what Twitch should do. Play your most recent stream instead of somebody that you're quote unquote hosting. Somebody clicked on your profile for a reason. They want to see your content, not somebody else. Hosting did nothing other than take viewers away and potential subscribers away from your channel. If anything, like I said, Twitch should have your most recent video playing immediately.
Could also give people maybe perks in games, like Amazon's Prime Gaming does. I think that would also be a good way for them to compete on that basis. All right? As for Twitch, 50-50, I think is ridiculous.
Mark my words, it's going to be 25-75.
Given that value is
75
coming
for
from
Twitch.
the creators. I think 50-50 is kind of ridiculous. Now 55-45, that's industry.
The worst part about it is that, like, me, Soda, Miz, XQC, Hassan, we're probably going to keep 70-30. So basically, the guys that really don't need 70-30 are going to keep it. But a lot of the people that are, you know, they're doing pretty well, and, you know, like 70-30 to 50-50 really makes a big, you know, it changes their plans for the year. That's the people that are going to get fucked.
The people with grandfathered contracts will be 70-30. And then everybody else will be completely messed up. But I mark my words, chat. Mark my words, like I said earlier, because we saw that they're lowering the ad splits to 70-50. They also lowered out the payouts to $50. I think they're going to lower it. 25-75. 25 for the streamer, 75 for the platform. This time next year.
Standard when it comes to adverts,
Rich
so that
get
is
richer.
fine. But ultimately, if somebody streams for X amount of time, shows X amount of ads that should generate Y or, you know, Z, whatever.
I don't know if I
Z.
completely agree with Belluer that these performance incentives are bad. I don't know if the performance incentives are bad, and I haven't heard an argument that entirely convinces me that they are.
Just an amount of money, give them that money. Don't say, hey, you have to complete this goal. This is like some bizarre gamified gig economy.
If you don't give them a goal, they won't do it, period. That's the problem. And we've seen that. That's why they're forcing people to do this. This is why they're telling people, if you want to make this money, you have to do it our way, because people weren't doing it, period.
And I wonder if they are trying to do this as a habit-forming mechanism to basically gamify the earning money bit as a way to make the whole enterprise seem a bit less grim. I wonder. And
I don't think making it less grim is even part of the factor. I think that it entirely has to do with just simply getting people to do it more.
Yep.
Not even touching on their historic
He's not saying that. He's saying their pay gets cut and then they offer some more of it back this way.
Exactly.
I think if you look...
there we go. They cut it and they offer more back through ads.
Look at it from that perspective, yeah, sure, I could understand that. I viewed them as two separate things.
You run more
But
ads,
if
you can
looked
make
at
that
them
money
as,
back
like,
easy
one,
or
like,
double it.
collective, then yeah, I would say sure.
uselessness at content moderation to the degree where so many people just don't even take their platform seriously. Right? Like sometimes you go onto Twitch and it's like, okay, cool, what is this? Why is this basically just softcore porn?
You know what? Think about that 25-75 split. I guarantee you Twitch will be like, hey, if you just run more ads, we'll give you more of a cut of the ad payout. And that'll make up for the 50-50, or for not having 50-50 anymore.
What's going on there? Or many other things like gambling.
I think that, I mean, like, really... Here. This is how big of a problem I think softcore porn is on Twitch.
Okay.
This is how big of a problem I think gambling is on Twitch.
Okay.
It is not even remotely close.
Just go onto Twitch and like, cool, there's all the gambling content. And I could level that criticism at YouTube too, by the way. But it just feels...
Do any of you guys live in Las Vegas? Because I want this confirmed. Izzy told me the other day that there was an ad in Las Vegas that was actually promoting something that had to do with the slot streams on Twitch. If anybody sees this, please send it to me on Twitter. I asked her if she took a picture of it. She didn't. So I want to see it. Send you a pic. Yeah, show it to me. Send it to me, because if I would love to make a video about it.
That would be interesting to see if that's an actual thing.
Picture
Twitch have been listless. I mean, in a way, leaderless. All these top level people going, and when these...
So Bellier is going to go on about that for another 5-6 minutes. I don't think we need to go on that for another 5-6 minutes, which is fine. But what we will do is we'll just finish up the chat right here, right now. I really think Twitch is going to do this 25-75 thing. They might do a 40-60. Who knows? They might. I don't know. But now that Stream Elements wants to work, I don't know why. Jesus, thanks, Stream Elements. Yeah, I got a feeling we're gonna see worse coming from Twitch. What would you do if you were trying to make Twitch profitable again? I would copy YouTube. YouTube's advertising system. So Twitch fixing profits, right? Very easy. Allow everyone to run ads. Again, like I said, there are you can literally, every single person in this chat right now, and it doesn't even do any kind of age verification. Literally everybody here, as long as you have the money, you can run an ad on YouTube. Right? You can put in your price. You could go as low as, I believe it was like $5, right? As low as $5. That is I believe that's 10K impressions if I remember right. Which is nothing to scoff at, depending on the category that you're in. That could be like the entire impressions for the entire category. So allow everyone to run ads, not just large companies like Coca-Cola or Razer or Logitech or whatever, right? Allow anybody and everybody, especially streamers. Allow streamers to make ads for their own streams, right? Allow people to waste their money. You can have a bot approve it or manually approve it until the person or company is trustworthy. Right? So they run 2 or 3 ads. Every single ad's been approved. That person is now trustworthy. They can run ads without you doing some sort of verification. That's the one thing that they can do. Right? With them doing the allowing everybody to run ads, allow skippable ads. Right? 5-second ads that allows me to skip it. Let me just run skippable ads. If somebody sees it for 5 seconds, they're interested, they'll watch it longer, they'll click on the ad, but let us have skippable ads. Okay? Bumper ads during stream would be huge. Bumper ads are those tiny little ads that pop up in the middle when you guys watch a YouTube video. You may have seen them on my videos or other people's videos, but little bumper ads during stream, those are fantastic. Those are amazing. And probably the final thing I would say, if a full screen ad is needed, give the streamer or viewer the ability to suppress or some countdown. And I'm not talking a matter of seconds. I'm talking like 10-minute countdown until ad runs. Give them a lot of time. So, for example, if they are just finishing up a match in Apex Legends and they got another 3 minutes until the ad runs, then they could just talk to chat for another 3 minutes, let the ad run for 3 minutes, that's 6 minutes, before they jump into another game. Right? If they did these, that would be good. Another thing that they could do, this could be the bonus one. We'll call this the bonus. If you run out of ads to serve, stop running the same ads over and over. I don't know if you guys have experienced this. I definitely have, though, where I'll get like one ad for Coca-Cola, then I'll get an ad for Nike, and then my next 2 ads will be Coca-Cola, and it'll be the exact same ad over, like, again and again. So I'll have 3 of the same ads back to back. So if that ad has ran once already on the channel, don't run it again, because that's just wasting Coca-Cola's money or whoever the advertiser is, and it's wasting the time of the viewers, especially if it's a non-skippable 30-second ad that they've watched twice already. It just gets so annoying. And that might help with the 10% bounce rate. I don't think it will, but there is something that you guys should do, right? I personally think what you guys should do is run a 3-minute ad at the start of every stream you do on Twitch. 3-minute ad. That's good for, I believe it's 30 minutes or 60 minutes. I don't remember which one. You guys can correct me, but it at least buys you time. So when your stream initially starts and people get the suggestions, your casual or your returning viewers or even new viewers, when the stream first goes up, doesn't get bombarded with ads. And then after they're there for some time, then they'll get the ads eventually. That is one thing I think Twitch can do to really, or what you guys can do to help yourselves on Twitch. Sorry. It's been a long stream. But this is what I think you guys should do to start off your live streams. There's no disadvantage for you doing this. I personally don't think, at least. Hello, Ray. How you doing? I honestly see nothing but benefits. You're running a just like a countdown timer anyway. You're not going to be missing out on anything. You really are. So, yeah. But chat, I think we're going to call it there. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are close to 10K on this YouTube channel. If you guys happen to know people who need VTubing education, please, 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 please recommend them this YouTube channel. I would love to have this community grow further. Who we need to reach out to give feedback, suggestions to Twitch? I would at Twitch on Twitter. That's what I would do. I would at Twitch on Twitter. If you guys haven't, hit the notification bell to know when I go live. Follow me or join the Discord because we are growing a nice big community. Links for all my social medias are in the description down below. I will see everybody Friday for Friday's topic of is streaming making content? Is only streaming making content? There it is. I knew I'd get it. Other than that, have a great week. I hope you guys do something productive. I'll see you all Friday. I love you all. And yeah, catch you all in the next one. Okay? Goodbye, everybody. Have a great night.